I think it's important, especially for the population we're talking about. And I'm not going to say autistic population, I'm going to say the artist population, to find what really tickles your fancy and something that you really want to pursue. When you figure that out, then take a minute to sit back and figure out how to monetize it. I hate to bring it down to that, but I love to bring it down to that because that's important. There's many ways to monetize things. You just got to think in that realm. It's okay, I like doing this. How do I make money from it? Go at it that way.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Gilda Evans, bringing you the Autism Resource Podcast. This podcast and the ARP website are your one-stop knowledge and resource base for autism and much more. I'm pleased to have Jimmy Lifton join me as my guest today. Jimmy is an award-winning film and television producer, educator, and supervising sound editor. He is credited on more than 500 productions and has won 2 Emmys and 5 Golden Reel Awards. Jimmy is the founder of award-winning training operations for autistic adults and disabled veterans. Welcome, Jimmy, and thanks so much for taking time to join me today and discuss the work you do.
Why, thank you, Gilda. It's my pleasure to be here.
To begin with, tell me, how did you get started in the entertainment industry?
Oh my goodness, how did I get started? A long path, my dear, a long path.
A long and winding road.
A long and winding road, yes. It started with the music industry, which led to the music video industry, which led to the film industry, which led to the animation industry, which led to training. There's fun stories that connect all those, but that was the route. No one could have predicted, including me, that particular route, but it's been definitely an interesting road, to say the least.
All right. Then what led you to your work in the world of autism?
It's a great question. A couple of years right before COVID, we had a movie studio that I operated in the Santa Clarita area, which is California, Santa Clarita. And we were training for all the film production aspect, not directing, but everything behind the camera, including post-production and visual effects, et cetera, animation. And we were primarily working with the military. I've had a long history working with military. But I just so happened to be introduced actually through the Santa Clarita School District to a group of young adults that had autism. Well, I should just say on the spectrum. So autism, Asperger's, ADHD, et cetera. And the work output and the dedication and the clarity and the enthusiasm just blew me away, quite frankly. And so we decided to pursue that from a training aspect, but also mixing up working with our vets at the time, along with this new population we were working with. And quite frankly, the combination of the two was really spectacular. In fact, from a filming aspect, because every one of our training sessions involved an actual filming of a real movie that we put up the money for the filming. And the set was the most incredible, respected, kind. It was just an incredible experience. And I've been on many sets. So the experience was wonderful. We decided that was something that we really wanted to pursue. Since our mainstay of our operations from day one for training has always been about jobs. How do we lead to jobs? How do we get to jobs? And we decided to really fine tune our approach to what was a strong industry that would be accepting of this population, because not every industry is accepting of any population, which we found out from veterans. Many people had good intentions or verbal intentions, but when it came down to it, it was not the reality. And the same thing with the spectrum populations. Lots of kind words, but not necessarily any follow-throughs. We discovered, primarily out of luck, because I have been in the animation industry for a long time. My awards were in animation primarily. So I do have a good foothold in that industry. And it just so happens that was an industry that would be accepting of this population. But also this was an industry, or this type of artistic bent, we found in almost every one of the autistic artists or spectrum artists that we worked with. Every single person had this like innate, really burning artist kernel going on inside of them. Everyone expressed it in their own way. And of course, like all artists do. This was a natural fit, and we pursued that from a training animation standpoint. And as of now, the results are, we're extremely happy. Just recently, we inked a deal with a brand new animation production entity, Diabolic Studios, made up of some of the top animators and designers in Hollywood. And their mandate, actually, because they approached me, I had worked with a few of the principals before, but their mandate was that they would hire top people from our graduates, from our graduate cohorts, and put them into production. So the operation is fairly new, but already they've got several productions going on. Already they've hired several of our great artists, so we're very happy with that connection. That's where we're
great.
at. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about the entity that you created to train these people and specifics about the training that you offer.
Sure. I'll go into a couple of the entities, and thank you for asking. By the way, your operation, for people who are just tuning in, your operation is stupendous. Support Gilda. Her operation is fantastic. So we have a training operation called Visual Arts Academy, and it's a division of our umbrella operation, which is the Worldwide Starship Foundation. And it is training specifically in the animation arts, but really now we're focused on 2D animation, actually, because that's really where our inroads are. And it's all about job preparedness. Our programs vary, 6 months, 2 months. It all depends on what the job descriptions are at the moment, at any time. We don't accept money from parents or individuals, so we work through the Department of Rehab or other agencies or through our foundation. And it's a great operation. All of our instructors are from the actual professionals, working professionals now. So it's not like they worked in the past or 30 years ago. They're on projects currently now, as I am too. I still am an active producer. So that's a great one. And would you mind if I actually mention, Gilda, a brand new project that we're just launching now?
Oh, please go ahead. Yeah.
So we're very excited about this new project. It's a little bit of a derivation or a side step from where we've been lately. We rekindled our contacts with the military, and we've had contacts in the past and contracts with in the past with from the veteran side with special operations, and that's the guys and girls that are the Green Berets, the Navy SEALs, etc. But primarily they're what they call the Warrior Care Division, which is the classification of disabled. But we were just contacted and recent discussions on cybersecurity and what that field was looking like, and the demand and the need, especially with the world the way it's continually evolving here. And our discussions were we would like to pursue, this is through our foundation, a brand new training and job placement track that would be cybersecurity. But we were taking a different tact on it. So it would be teaming up some high-level special operations guys and girls, but with top brain power coming from our Asperger's community. And that to me was a fascinating combination. Again, we've had experience of teaming up vets and guys and girls on the spectrum, and it worked phenomenally before. And so that's what we're doing now. We're actually putting out the feelers right now to find any young woman or man who has intense intelligent power and is interested in disrupting the world. If you're a white hat hacker, we're interested. So we are actively looking for some heavy duty people who are interested in that. There will be training. There was no cost again. We'll provide all that. There will be certifications, there'll be training. And most definitely, although there's no guarantee in life or anything, but there will be a high probability of job placement at the end of that. And training won't be long, but it'll be very intense. You do not need much in the way of training. So it's not like you have to be a coder from the beginning. But what you do need to do is, if you're that type of person who likes to hack, if you will, and again, I'm treading on water, but I'm doing it in a positive, supportive way to protect. If you've dealt with torrenting, if you've dealt with any of this stuff that I don't actively say go do, but if you have that type of experience, um, and you're just like a super smart person because you know who you are, then get a hold of us or get a hold of Gilda, and hopefully she can lead you to us. We are not special. There's many people out there doing many things, but we did want to bring that to everyone's attention today. And thank you for Gilda for allowing me to do that.
Yeah, of course, especially if it can lead to training and employment for those in the autism community. Unemployment is a huge problem.
Yes.
And thank you for what you're doing in terms of offering this training and this possible road for those who are interested in it, whether it be animation, cybersecurity, whatever the opportunity that you're affording those who have the talent and the desire to be trained and to pursue this and to hopefully eventually find some employment. I think that's terrific.
Yeah, and thank you again. Yes, we both know we're in this field. Unemployment is just stupid. Well, I think last I saw 85%. It's just whatever. It's in that range. It's just absurd. Now, an important point I want to make in the animation world and cybersecurity, everything is done virtually. So you do not need to go to any brick and mortar facility anywhere. You'll all be working on training as well as when you are in paid work, you'll be doing from your home computer.
So it doesn't matter where the person's located, as long as they have a computer and internet connection. Right?
That's correct. That's right. It's really about the internet connection. Animation's a little, you want a little more robust computer. Cybersecurity, you can do things on your phone. So it's really a matter of just having a good internet connection.
All right. Just a question out of curiosity, then, a personal question, if I may. What have you learned in terms of working with the autism community, and what do you perceive as its greatest strengths?
I've learned to be a lot more humble than I ever was, because in working with some of these great artists, they've cut me to the core. If ever I'm out there being blustery, or if I'll say something incorrect, I've been corrected very politely at times, and I really do appreciate that. I love the clarity. I really hate the facades of people that actually that don't have any aspects of spectrum. It just annoys me because you waste so much time cutting through garbage. So I really appreciate that. I do want to say that everyone I've worked with on the spectrum in all aspects are no different than every other artist I've ever worked with in my life. And I've always been in the artistic industry in some fashion. And I would guarantee you that if we took every one of the musicians and directors and writers and put them all and got them some sort of analysis of who they are and what they have, everyone would be on the spectrum. Every artist, every person on the spectrum that's hearing this right now, you are like everyone else, whether you like it or not. You are as cool as everyone else, whether you like it or not. And the thing that makes anyone different is not those characteristics. It's how kind you are, how accepting you are of other people, not people accepting of you. And your success is not based on anything other than how bad you want it and how much you're willing to put into getting to where you want to go. That's it. So don't ever, please, let anyone, you can't achieve something, because it's full of BS. You can achieve whatever you want to try. If you believe it, then go get it.
Thank you so much for saying that, Jimmy, because actually you just touched on one of my own personal philosophies. I think labels are okay because they serve to shorthand language. If you say autism, you have maybe a 50,000-foot view of some of the challenges that person might be dealing with, or certain presentations, what have you. But frankly, I feel we're all just a part of the human spectrum. Hopefully, eventually everyone will see it that way. It's really just a matter of where do you vibrate? Because we all have our own faults and foibles and idiosyncrasies and issues. It's just, hey, are you ultraviolet? Are you visible? Are you infrared? Where are you? And it's just about finding out where that other person vibrates and meeting them halfway and finding, building that bridge and finding the best way to communicate. And
oh, for sure. For sure. It's interesting because adding on to that, everyone has a story and everyone has a creativity that's interesting, right? One of the projects that Diabolic Studios is working on with our group that have great, I'll call them our graduates, but are really great artists, is they're doing a whole series of animation shorts, really cool things. And they're all coming from stories from our people, our population. And it's whether they're stories about challenges they have or whether they're just stories about stories, but they're all really cool stories. And that really shows you creativity comes from wherever. And everyone be looking for that when they launch the series. It's going to be absolutely great. We're already in production on the first couple right now.
I'm really looking forward to seeing that myself.
Yeah, thanks.
So,
Yeah,
so please let me know when
yeah,
it's on, because
100%.
I would absolutely love to see those. Tell me, what do you think then is the most important takeaway from our discussion for our listeners?
I would say don't put any boundaries on what a person wants to pursue. And I mentioned the parents primarily because, as we know, what happens when I'm gone is always the question. How does my child survive? So ultimately, we're all always thinking about how to help someone gain independence or self-sufficiency. Don't get locked into the 9 to 5 or the Home Depot. And mind you, I love Home Depot, but those are not the only areas out there. This is a brand new world that's changing continually. It's an information and entertainment, and lots of these things are in the virtual arena. And this is where I believe this population really excels. And look, we have challenges all the time with agencies. And because the agencies, when they first formed, they were back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, when there wasn't a virtual arena. And therefore, these types of jobs, or even a lot of times entertainment jobs, are just looked at, yeah, that's a side job. It's not a side job anymore. These are major industries. And I think it's important, especially for the population we're talking about. And I'm not going to say autistic population, I'm going to say the artist population, to find what really tickles your fancy and something that you really want to pursue. When you figure that out, then take a minute to sit back and figure out how to monetize it. I hate to bring it down to that, but I love to bring it down to that because that's important. There's many ways to monetize things. You just got to think in that realm. It's okay. I like doing this. How do I make money from it? Go at it that way. Get help with your parents that way, or the educators, or your assistants. Approach it in a different way, because if you figure out that path, I believe that can potentially lead you to a more long-term upward trajectory to get to self-sufficiency than taking a 9 to 5 at Home Depot and then some reason you get canned and then there you're at. So that would be a takeaway I would like to encourage.
Thank you very much, Jimmy, for your time and for sharing your story with us today.
My pleasure, Gilda. It's always a pleasure. And everyone, I said it once, Gilda's doing a great job. Support her operation.
Oh, gosh.
I'm not getting paid to do that, but I believe it.
Thanks, Jimmy. I really do appreciate it.
All right, Gildy. Have a wonderful day. And thank you, everyone, for listening.
If you like what you hear, please subscribe to the podcast. You can find it on Apple iTunes, Amazon Music, Spotify, and other popular platforms. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. If you would like more information on this topic or anything else we've covered on the Autism Resource Podcast, visit us online at www.autismresourceproject.org/podcast. If you have a topic you'd like to see us cover in the future, contact us through the website or comment on any of our social media channels. And be sure to check out our growing website often, since we are continually adding useful information and resources. I want to thank our listeners for spending part of their day with us. This is the Autism Resource Podcast, and I'm Gilda Evans, reminding you to take care of yourself and that special person in your life.